What's going on, guys? It is Sunday. I am trying out my new camera. I am back at my kind of home lake. Again, I have been skunked like a bunch of trips out here and I'm really disappointed by it. So I'm really hoping I get on some today. Smaller lake, not a real good sign when I pull up and the first thing I see is a big Ranger, like a 21-foot Ranger launching with a couple of, smart looking kids. They're already working the bank I want it to work, so I'm working the other side. We'll see what happens. I'm on the side the sun is coming up on, so I'm on the east side. West side's already gotten sun, and I think that's why they're picking it apart. So I'm gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna try again not to be stubborn. If it is not working today, I'm just gonna bounce. I'm gonna go across the street to the other lake at like 10 o'clock and I'm gonna move on. It was cold this morning. We're talking like 40 degrees. It's up to like, well, it was 30 something overnight. It's up to like 45 now. The water's 58. We'll see. I'm gonna try some top water first, try out some Senko type baits, and let's see if we can get on some. That's a fish. There we go. Ooh, Drake's really nice on this reel, actually. That's a decent guy. He's really not bad at all. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Bang. There we go. First fish at my favorite lake of the year. Nice. Came on a Wacky rigged Strike King Ocho. Tight. Oh, first fish with both my Megabass Levante and with the Daiwa Fuego LT. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that reel. The drag was really nice. I had to set really loose, but it held really well. There it is. First one of the year on this lake. First one with a new Levante and the new Fuego. I'm really happy with it. He's probably a pound and a half, just standard chunker. Get him on out of here. Later, bud. Well, dudes, I really screwed that one up. Trying to use my new camera, and I thought I was recording and I had turned it on and right back off. So again, first fish of the year on my favorite lake, caught on a Strike King Ocho Junebug. Again, first fish on my new Megabass Levante, not new, I bought it last year, and definitely first fish on the new Fuego LT. Honestly, it handled it really well. I'm really happy with it. I was a little concerned with how this thing reeled when I first got it, and now that I've got a fish on it and saw how nice the drag is, I would say it stands up to the Nasky for sure. Didn't get a nice release on that fish, unfortunately, because I didn't record it properly, and I should have noticed that when I turned the camera around. But new camera, new rod, new reel, learning stuff. Well, guys, here's what's up. Got here, went to the side I didn't really want to go to because of the other boat, and immediately caught a fish over there on the Wacky rig. First fish on the Fuego LT, first fish on the Levante, first fish. I mentioned that. Since then, I've gone an hour and 17 minutes according to my GoPros, and I don't think I've said a word. I haven't talked to the camera. I haven't done nothing because I'm just beating it up out here and I'm not seeing a damn thing. Through the Wacky rig a lot, I've thrown Nico, Whopper, Plopper, spinnerbait, swim jig, chatterbait, what else? Oh, I flipped multiple beaver baits. I've thrown, holy cow, a whole bunch of stuff, and I haven't seen another bite. So those other guys in the big boat left. I'm heading down this end. What I didn't do last time I was down here was check and see if the back cove over there was A, much warmer, and B, had beds on it already. And those guys were puttering around there quite a bit. So I'm at least gonna go check that out. There's a few laydowns I wanna fish on the way down here, and hopefully I can bring myself to start talking and start making this more entertaining. Well, that didn't work either. We're back to the same soul-sucking feeling of just not being able to get on them. I'm gonna buzz back down and try and hit all the wood laydowns that I've caught fish on in the past, but I'm still lost at this lake. I got that one and it just feels like a bit of a fluke. That was a fat, well-fed fish. I mean, he was so aggressive. Like, I knew it was a bite because my line literally just went and like jumped out of the water. But since then, I haven't come near anything. The guys who were here just left and they didn't look too happy. I'm gonna go back down that way, and honestly, with how bad the wind's getting in gusts and the fact that one of my two batteries is already dead despite drifting like 90% of the way down the lake with no power, Just starting to feel like I'm kind of cursed at this lake, and I think this may be my last trip out here for a little while. I've been picking this apart with a ton of different tactics. I mean, I mentioned earlier some of the stuff I've been doing, but I mean, I'm running out of stuff to do. At this point, I'm just kitchen sinking it. You know, again, my one hit came on finesse, and I'd love to take something from that. I've had more success at this lake with finesse than I ever have with power tactics, but you know, I catch fish with power tactics here. Did feel nice to throw a frog for a little bit, even though it felt pointless. Found some pads in the shade back in the far end, which normally is a warmer part of the lake, but in this day it just wasn't. It's definitely the cooler part of the lake. It was probably 2 or 3 degrees colder, no, 1 degree colder. It was like 57.7, and most of the lake's like 58, 58.6. 59 right now, 0.0. Again, 59 just should be crushing it. We should be, you know, catching fish. They should be in their staging areas. They should be where I've caught them in previous years during this time of year, and they're just not. Well, I'm gonna call it a success because I did get my first fish from this lake of the year, and that lets me know that I'm not doing everything wrong, but at the same time, I'm not doing much right either, apparently. It's just been a tough 2019 all around fishing wise. I started a little slower last year. I had a couple fish, but I mean, I had bass in February, I had steelhead in January, I had fish in March, April. This year I had 1 steelhead, and it took me like 1 trillion trips to get it. I think that was January, mid-January. And then I've had, 4 total bass now out of, you know, over 10 trips. You know, and some of that was winter time, but even so. Oh yeah, that was a real good hook set. Drilled him. Toit. Okay. Well, as if today wasn't bad enough, I backlashed my rod like crazy just trying to cast a flipping bait, caught on the log here, and it blew up on me. It's wrapped around the log, and I was thinking, okay, I'll just step onto my boat a little bit, put some weight on the log, and then I'll be able to pull my boat over, reach over and grab it. And next thing I know, my foot slipped and I was halfway in, tried to pull myself up a little bit and realized that was diminishing returns and just dropped in. I don't know why you can see this, but I am soaked. There is like standing water in my boat. My battery pack for my chesty immediately beep beep beeped and died. And luckily this big camera did not get wet because it was just sitting in the deck of the boat, and that's a miracle because that would have really ruined this day. So on that note, I'm just gonna pack it up. I'm gonna make a few casts on the off chance I grab one, and then I'm just gonna get the hell out of here and call it a day.